Believe it or not, guys, I get, so I'm streaming here. Uh, I get between, it really varies wildly, 5 and 50 people a day, every day, that ask me what's the snack of the night. Yeah, yeah, some ask night for the day. But they ask my snacks, and I tell them, and they don't believe it. So here's a typical. This is a turkey, tomato, and cheese on toasted bread with avocado mayo. There's some leftover. There's tomato on here. You can't. I don't think you can see it now. Not from this angle. There's tomato. Sometimes this has something called Robusto dressing. But this time this was deli mustard. This is just some extra tomato slices with a little ranch. This is 2 avocados. But this is typical. When people hear me talk about the snack of the night, or sometimes a lunch or meal number, and I may be on meal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's a lot of people like, I wish I could see that shit. Or does he make this up? Nope. People on my various discords get to see these things all the time, but this is very typical. How many slices of turkey? My chef made this to my exact specifications. In fact, I wanted this one toasty. Normally, the cheese that you see here is not melty. It's American. No, this is cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I can. Hold on. This is a much bigger picture. You know why I took it sideways? I could reframe this and you could see the whole thing, but the whole giant bowl looks like this. This is braised, so this is extremely soft. We don't like hot dogs and sausage type products where, like, when you bite it, it snaps or cracks or pops like that hard ass membrane. So Chef Jim cooks everything so that goes away. So this is soft. You could take your fingers and just squish this. It's so tender. And this is beans, low sodium, high nutrient. Sometimes, you know, I hear you. So there's a lot of people on the stream. For those of you not on the stream right now, I I saw someone on YouTube eating franks and beans. I guess it depends where you're from, where you essentially cut shitty hot dogs up into beans. It's a cheap, easy meal. It's nutritious, high in fiber and protein, and there's a lot of fat and salt, unfortunately. Uh, Generally speaking, unless you really look hard, you don't find high quality nutrient hot dogs. They're full of I won't go into hot dogs, but they're not good for you. This particular one that we used here is very good for you. Pure meat, no fillers, very low sodium. It's just delicious fucking meat. It's very similar to pulled pork when you're eating it. And this has a light barbecue. Anyway, I saw some asshole eating franks and beans, and I'm like, man, I'd like that, but I don't want to put dumb, goofy hot dogs. Can you do something with more protein that's not so bad for you? And he said, yeah, yeah. So this was our quick take on pork and beans. This I got at Costco. I don't have the bag in front of me. These are cheese curls like a Cheeto, but these are barbecue cheddar flavor. What's interesting about these is they're much softer than most cheese doodles or curls or puffs, whatever you call these where you're from. They're just softer. A lot of these products are like fucking Funyuns, And when you chew them, they tear your mouth up like you're eating barbed wire or a mouthful of nails. These don't. There's a softness to them. They don't taste like every other product. It's definitely different. It's really barbecue cheddar is not far off. These would be good. They're great plain or dipped in certain things. I would imagine in sour cream or whatever you're into. They would be great, but they're awesome plain. Plain. I don't normally eat stuff like this, meaningless carbs. What I liked is that the ingredients were better on these. I got 5 things going on. And they're not salty. They're about a quarter as salty as most other brands or less, but they have more flavor. Yeah, oh man, the really dark ones. Oh man, I saved those for last because the flavor explosion is unbelievable. But I do like these. I don't really eat Cheetos, but I did like these a lot better. We had a very special event that's actually today, even though I bought some stuff a day or two ago. A very special event going on in the labs related to Chef Jim. But anyway, I got these as a little treat, and they're fantastic. This is not mine. This is Calvin, Sea Sniffer, Thornton. I would never share his family or his babies or anything, but his food I share. This is migas. It's like this Mexican refried bean, eggs, tortilla, some bacon. To white people, this might look like poop, but this is what Mexicans eat. Again, I'm not going to resize this window. This is a full-size picture. This is a close-up of a turkey sandwich. I got a bunch of turkey that is low salt, high nutrition, no additives, no phosphates, and all of the crazy fillers that they put in, just real meat. And these are organic tomatoes and cheese and bread. So I've been on a turkey sandwich kick. I think I've had about 10 in the last 3 days at various times. Delicious. This is a somewhat recent kick for Fastcar. I don't know if my tastes have changed or are they just in a better season? But thawed out strawberries that are room temperature, I'm really digging lately. They're very low sugar compared to other fruits. I don't want to do a whole vid on this, but berries are the best fruit. You should really almost eat no fruit. Maybe apples, orange is not so bad. Whoever tells you it's good for you doesn't know anything about nutrition, the human body, or biochemistry. But berries are a different story. Blueberries and strawberries are superfoods, but I like the way they taste. They're low cal, they're low sugar, they have almost no impact if you're diabetic. Usually, I will eat them as what some people would call a dessert instead of cake or cookies or whatever the fuck people eat. Once in a while, this particular night, this was just maybe 3 days ago, I woke up, 3 in the morning for some unknown reason, and I was hungry. I got onto Guild Wars, and I went and got some strawberries. So I just had some strawberries, and they're fucking delicious. I guess I stopped the video, or did I? This was a snack that I had while gaming. Again, rather than eating whatever people eat, Doritos or potato chips or no one eats Funyuns. No one likes Funyuns except Link, but he's always high. Whatever people snack on, I like nutritious stuff that's also tasty. I like ripe avocado with a little drizzle of ranch dressing. And strawberries. I wanted fiber and I wanted good fats and some other things. I had my protein for the day, so I wasn't worried. But this was a typical snack. Yet again, another turkey sandwich. Instead, this one was not heated, so the cheese was not as melty. And this had robusto dressing, which is like a Italian, I guess you would call it. It's kind of an oil and vinegar with some veggies or herbs or something. Common on sub sandwiches or hoagies, if you're from where Itzel is from. Grinder. But yeah, so if you were on and heard me talking about turkey sandwiches, this is what I was talking about. This was another late night. I just had a hankering for strawberries, so I got some. There's my probiotic. And they're delicious. These are totally ripe, sweet, super strawberry. There's no bitterness, there's no sourness. These are really freaking sweet and delicious. This, which is weirdly focused, I didn't want any more carbs or very little. I could have had a sandwich. So I made a breadless turkey sandwich. So there's big, thick slices of these wonderfully ripe organic tomatoes. You could see these don't have white in them. These are fucking delicious tomatoes. And I put a tiny bit of avocado mayo. I seasoned them. And then I put cheese and turkey and ate it, cut it in little bite-sized pieces, and then ate it with a fork. It was the, yeah, breadless, breadless turkey sandwich. I don't know, but it was delicious and nutritious. You're sick of seeing them, but again, I had some strawberries. I'm not going to readjust the camera. It's much wider than this, but this was leftover pizza I reheated, so it doesn't look as hydrated as usual, but it was still delicious. Some of you know that I own a restaurant where you can get the world famous fast burger. In fact, I don't talk about it, but my specials I have named after various players in the game. And if you're famous, you might have something named after you. For example, somewhat recently, the beloved Many Chumps has, she doesn't even know it. I didn't even tell her. She has one of my lunch specials is named after her, the Many Chumps. Yup, there's a fast burger, which is the best burger you could get at the best price at the highest quality. Fact. It's 10 ounces. So this is not a little burger like I don't know, a Wendy's double stack. Those patties are probably 2 ounces before cooking. So they're probably 1 3/4 ounces. My burger is a 10 and it's much higher grade. There's no fillers, additives. It's organic grass-fed cows from my ranch. And it's a locally made roll with no junk in it, and cheese from my dairy, and tomato I grew, and lettuce. Uh, and it's under $8. You would have to get the same amount of food. You would have to get a triple or maybe a quadruple Whopper, or like a Wendy's triple or quad. I don't even know what McDonald's has. It's big, and it's $7.75. In fact, for $9, you get it in either a cup of homemade soup or these French fries with cheese on them. This is actually a meatball parm at my place. I'm not going to tell you the name, but this is also a lunch special that has a player's name. And if you know the secret code word, you get 15% off your order. And it's a word that Fastcar says a lot, and that's I'm not going to say it, but if you come in and say that, you get 15% off. But yeah, this is a meatball parm This is a really weird angle, but this is delicious. Homemade, it's my beef, and we make the sauce and the cheese from my dairy and all of that. So this is wonderful. And this also is under $10 with a cup of homemade delicious soups, of which there's three different ones each day, usually. Yep, under $10. Everything at my place is even now with prices being up is very reasonable, and it's real food. It's not just salt. Yeah. This is another turkey sandwich with some avocado. No dressing on this one, but there is potassium salt on it. Uh, I wanted a different experience, so I wanted the ends of this rye bread for a special reason, and it worked out perfect. But again, another. I've been, like I said, I've been on this turkey kick. Here is yet another one. Is this the same pick? I don't know. I had so many, I've lost track. Here's yet another one. Fastcar, you use more tomato. This, so, uh, yeah, there's more turkey here than you think. This is just what's sticking out past the bread. The rest of it's under there, believe me. But yeah, I like tomatoes when they're ripe. If you get tomatoes, New Jersey notoriously has the best tomatoes in the world. When you get tomatoes, whether they're off the vine or whatever bullshit they tell you, they're hard, they're kind of crunchy, they have a lot of whiteness. It shouldn't be hard like an apple. They should be the squishiest thing in the world with tremendous flavor, like drinking a glass of red flavor high C or Kool-Aid. But most tomatoes you get, I won't go into a tomato lesson for you, they're not really that ripe. Well, these are, and I fucking love them. I like them with bacon, I like them with turkey, I like them alone. Here's the same sandwich, but a top view. So you could see the turkey here as opposed to that side view. This is very atypical for me for a couple of reasons. One of the few fruits I do eat is oranges, which are low in sugar and glycemic index and other things. Uh, I like the taste. When they're in season, I really like these little ones that go by different names. Mandarin, I know them as. They're very small oranges. The size, well, I was going to say your fist, but my fist is gigantic as I wear a 5 or 6 glove, extra large. A normal woman's size fist. Does anyone know the ones they peel real? What do you call them? Yeah, but you've also heard Mandarin, right? Yeah, they peel. They have no seeds. These are actually from Florida and called navel oranges. This was a particularly good batch. I do have my own. If you know this channel, you've seen the fast oranges and the orange Mado and some things I've come up with, but I'm all out. So these I got. This was after something. I think I had some Kobe beef with this meal, and this I had after. And Chef had some cookies for me, so I ate them. I normally just don't sit around eating cookies. I'd love to. I'd love to eat, 30 of these. These are bigger than you think. It's hard to tell from this picture, but this is not like an Oreo is this big. So these are big hunkin' cookies with big chunks of Ghirardelli dark chocolate, for those of you that know what that means. I had done something, some workout, and I wanted some carbs. That's what that was. This is a russet potato. Now, if you saw my video I made for a guy named Jaspy several weeks ago, I talked in great depth about the lovely potato. If you didn't see that vid, then you're going to miss out because I'm not going to go through it again. But this is a special potato, just mixed with eggs, and I have avocado, and this is a bacon avocado ranch drizzle on the top that was just wonderful. This is a Fastcar salad. I eat these often with meals, in between meals, as snacks. This one is a little stripped down compared to normal just because I don't know why. This is what I wanted exactly. These are little grape tomatoes that were right off the vine and perfect day ripened. Oh, the flavor was unbelievable. Avocado, cucumber I grew, some fresh mozzarella cheese that an old lady made, and there might be some broccoli or something else under there. But this is typical like vegetable matter that I would get. Here's a snack I had while gaming one night, snack of the night, and people like sardines and strawberries. Delicious. If you don't know about sardines, you should. The nutrition and the power that's in sardines are amazing. You will find they are very, very, very different from brand to brand. I personally happen to like chicken of the sea in water. They're soft and they're not very fishy, and they don't taste like tuna fish. It tastes more like not tuna fish. It tastes like some other fish. I don't mind tuna, but I've eaten 7 zillion cans in my life. And there's just some wonderful room temperature strawberries that I had after for some fiber and deliciousness. This is a close up that looks like an alien egg attacking. I probably have another picture that I'll show after this, but there's shrimp here and sour cream and egg and cheese. Let's see. Oh, so one day I'm playing recently and said, Fastcar snack of the night, I'm having a shrimp volcano. So I said, hey, chef, can you do something fun? And he's like, what? I'm like, what if you made shrimp stock, seafood stock, with some nice, soft, tender, fresh shrimp in like a volcano made of a loaded baked potato guts with cheese and sour cream. So this whole thing, it was like pretty. Hold on a second. I had caved it in already, but this looked like a volcano when I got it, and there was the sour cream was erupting out, and this whole inside, I had been eating it, when I thought to snap the picture, but there was a lot of shrimp in here, over a pound. Like this, the shrimps were up to here. Is that just butter? No, this is stock. There is butter in it, but it's like it's shrimp stock. Think of chicken broth, but shrimp. Almost like a soup, but delicious. But the richness from the butter, it was just fun. So, of course, I'm trying to tell people I'm eating a shrimp volcano. What the fuck's not a thing, Fastcar? Yeah, it is. Quickly, what's your question? I always hear you talking. Why did you start and stop? Oh, I always hear you talking about ribs and various meats. Yeah, those get boring. My last vid like this was like 3 hours of showing that, so I'm not showing everything I eat. These are just random ones that I'm picking. But maybe I don't know. We'll see. I don't want this to be too much longer because I got shit to do, and I got shit to do. This is a close-up of one of my salads. This has wonderful little grape tomatoes, avocado, garbanzo beans, chickpeas, artichoke hearts, celery, carrot, cucumber. Did I forget anything? Oh, mozzarella cheese. There may be some hard boiled egg in this one. And this was very large, pounds. We call this here a gorilla. So if you ever hear me on the mic, on stream, or on a video shouting to Chef Jim, gorilla, that's what this is. 1 second. So here's more of a top view of it, what it looks like before it's mixed. So you can't, I've talked about this before, but in case you're new, this bowl is very large. This holds gallons. I don't know, 2.5 gallons. This is not your average soup bowl or whatever little balls people eat. You could pour 2.5 gallons of milk and this will hold it, and maybe more. This is huge. This spoon is a 4X serving spoon. Keep in mind, Fastcar is 6'9", 340. So my silverware that I use personally is much larger, comically for normal people. Like a lot of you couldn't even fit this shit in your mouth, like my dick. But this is huge. Anyway, somebody came over and saw me eating this, and I'm kind of hunched over, looking all Fastcar-ish, going, I'm eating this, and said something along the lines of, "God damn, I was just at the Bronx Zoo, Brooklyn Zoo in New York, substitute your zoo, and they serve gorillas buckets of vegetables, like 5-gallon buckets or 3-gallon buckets, and they just sit and munch on that. You're eating gorilla food." So this particular type of salad is known here as gorilla. And fun fact, the next day it will be reported between Jim and I if we pooped out gorilla. So if you heard that talk, the aftermath of gorilla. You're getting some insider shit here. I don't know if this is a different salad or another one. I don't know why I'd have another picture of it. Yeah, I can. Here. This is a much wider picture. I'm not going to resize, so you're going to see what you see. No, this is like a cucumber on its side. Why come you don't use lettuce? White people lettuce, iceberg, and similar lettuces have no nutritional value. They're literally nothing but a drop of water. You're eating a nothing food. Why do I want to eat something that offers me nothing? Now, darker greens, spinach, kale, and some other ones, have some nutrition, and I eat those. I don't know if I'm going to show any here, but I do eat those. But those particular nutrients, I prefer to get in other ways, but sometimes they are in a gorilla. This is super rare for me to eat a plate of this. This is a very large plate and a very large spoon. And this is deeper than it looks. This is mac and cheese. Not like, what's that one in the box people eat that's orange? Yeah, it's not Kraft. This is like a homemade. Somebody made it, so I ate it. It was okay. It wasn't cheesy enough, and it needed butter, which is why you see this melted in the 10 seconds after I put it on here. It needed the greasiness and the saltiness from the butter. It wasn't bad, but after you've had good mac and cheese, usually minus lobster or something in it, with 5 real cheeses as opposed to whatever the fuck this was. But it wasn't bad. It was okay. This is this Chinesey thing someone gave me. Yeah, it looks weird. Some will say gross, but it tasted good. I'll just leave it at that. It tasted good. Yeah, you're forever hearing me talking about 12-hour smoked ribs and brisket. This is those ribs that are typical. I wound up eating 24 of them, but you only see a couple here on the plate. These are to die for, of course, corn. I'm going to end this soon because I don't want this to be hours. This is leftover pizza, which was really good. with sour cream on it and some strawberries. This is pizza from my restaurant. When you order sausage, first of all, you get real sausage, not some crumbly, I don't know what. This is real sausage that we slice, and that's how much you get. That's not double or extra. If you order a topping, which a lot of places fuck you on, you get what you paid for. You get a shitload. That's a Fastcar sausage pizza. So you go, oh yeah, there's cheese under there. What you would call double cheese, which we call normal amount of cheese. But that's the sausage pizza. Here's two slices. We're trying out somebody new, actually. Chef. This is sausage and meatball. And this is real meatballs that are large, about the size of well, half of a baseball. And they get sliced. This is not some phony shit. This is actual meatballs that you get, and spaghetti and meatballs are on the side from my place. But this is typical. Not expensive. One day while playing, it was late. I don't know the time, as it was days or weeks ago. But I was like, hey, I feel like kind of breakfast as my snack of the night. And then he's like, okay. And this was just cheesy scrambled eggs with these wonderfully ripe, off the vine little grape tomatoes, low sodium, high nutrient bacon. And this was a snack of the night that you would hear me talk about. I was desperately needing carbs and I wanted a treat. This is one of Fastcar's favorite ice creams called Turkey Hill. Yes, I'll discuss that. Turkey Hill Tin Roof Sundae. If you never had Turkey Hill Tin Roof, god damn, you gotta try it. Woo! It's a Fastcar Top 5 ice cream. And these are low sugar, high nutrient. I've talked about these before, so I won't here. Dark chocolate chips that are 64% cacao. If you don't know why that's special and good for you, I'm not going to talk about it, but this is a medical thing that's wonderful. This is a small dish. Somebody thought it was funny to give me a dish that said Teletubby. What the funny thing is, I never seen the show. I don't know if it's a cartoon, but I know it's for kids, and everyone gets a ball when I eat from a Teletubby thing. But that's Tin Roof Sundae. I like it with my Fastcar peanuts and chocolate, if you saw that vid. But this was a snack of the night. Ooh, some of you are going to be grossed out. Some of you know I get injured at work, working for the government and sometimes ICE. I was in the hospital recently. This is after they cleaned up the 7-foot pool of blood. I was hit by bats, run over by a truck, shot 5 times, stabbed and slashed. This is up on my thigh, which swelled up like a fucking balloon. This was a knife where somebody slashed me. This was over 4 inches long. You could see the circles here. This is where well, you can't see. I could show you a lot more gross pictures, but I'm not going to. But yeah, my foot was cracked, so that's wrapped up. And there's a lot more gross pictures. I took 13 people down with me. I punched through the windshield of the car into the driver's face, shattered his nose, knocked teeth out as I was getting run over. And I was trying to mangle and pull him out. Another dude, while I was getting shot, I punched him in the side of the head, exploded his head, and I got his ear, which I kept. Unfortunately, the police took it for evidence. But I did keep part of his skull. But as they zerged me, I didn't go out like no punk bitch. 13 people were knocked out, disabled, broken and or dislocated limbs. Yeah, I caved the dude's eye in. His eyeball was hanging out. It was a little gross, I'm not gonna lie. You know you punched a motherfucker hard when his eyeball pops out of his skull. Yeah, I shouldn't be laughing. Anyway, that's me getting treated from the last adventure. This is my peanut dark chocolate thing that I've come up with. I'm not going to talk about why you should be eating this, but I have a whole video about this on the best protein bar or something. If you just go back a few vids, you'll see a picture with this stuff where I talk about it. This is from my restaurant. This is something new, catering to everyone but Middle Eastern people. This is the meat that's in a gyro. And there's chicken in here. It's very heavily paprikaed. And this is yellow jasmine rice with tzatziki sauce. This is quite a deal. You can't get anything like this on the planet. You get a giant styrofoam container which fills this bowl 1.5 times, is under $10. It's kind of, if you're from New York, you know this kind of food court halal lamb and chicken mix is similar to that, except I think mine is better. But this is creamy, meaty, delicious. If you're into the spices, Middle East, and the pepperkosh taste, it's wonderful. Very, very high in protein. This was very, very tasty. I get this sometimes for a snack of the night. This was some new Alfredo we were trying out with Kraft rather than good Parmesan. We were trying something new out, I'll just say that, which we worked out, and now we have a very nice, high-end, delicious version. Very cheesy, you can see all over, but this is a chicken Alfredo prototype. This is something that a guildie of mine liked and posted, and I had to have it. Cheeseburger helper, or hamburger helper. I threw some tomatoes in it. It's not high quality, but it's easy to make. You could just buy it at the store for, bachelors or whatever that don't really cook. And it just looked good. He said it was delicious, and I said, damn, I'm going to get some of that for my next snack of the night. So Chef went shopping and got a box. We wound up making our own version that's much better, but this is not bad. It was tasty. I can't. If I did it again, I would make it just like they say. I did put more meat in it, and I would add into it like an 8-ounce bag of shredded cheddar cheese, sharp in my case, to make it much more cheesy, and I think it would have been better. But even just like this, it was good. I remember people were like, you're too bougie to eat cheeseburger helper, but in fact I did for a night snack. All right, I'm going to end on this. This is, I don't know why this pic happened to come up. My man was eating this, streamer Jaspy. You'll see him on Twitch pretty much every day, I think. Super cool guy. Check out his content. Watch his streams. They're nice. He runs Oops Guild along with my beloved Fast Cat. I don't know exactly what this is. I don't eat cereal, and I haven't in a very long time. This reminds me of what we had called Fruit Loops, if they're still around. Although I remember more colors. Didn't it ever? I mean, it's literally been... I don't think I had it since I was 5, so about 40 years. I swear it had red or orange and other colors. I don't know what this is, but this is what Jaspy was eating. Sometimes fun people will post pictures of what they've eaten. I really should do a vid of other people's, especially the Zooey from Bags. She makes some cool stuff. She's a really awesome chick. I like her a lot. I could post everything except what Itzel eats because she's a weird. Super weird, cute, adorable Mexican chick. She eats cow stomach and I don't know, goulash and worms. I don't know what the fuck this maggots. I don't brain. I don't know feet. I don't know what that bitch eats. But I don't know what this cereal is called. I don't know what it tastes like. Honeycombs? I don't think that's honeycombs. I it's been so long since I've seen or had any interest in cereal. I don't even know what honeycombs look like. I know Rice Krispies. That's definitely not Cheerios because they are colored. I don't know what flavor green is. Is that or is it just fake coloring? Are they all the same taste? They're little donuts? I don't think they're little donuts. All right. Anyway, I'm going to end. I didn't even want it to be this long. So, this is some of the snacks of the night or midday snacks that I might have. Like I said, I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these pictures of all kinds of foods, which I've shown in many other videos. I wanted to show some different stuff here. Yeah, shout out to Jaspy. Oh my god. Somebody just teleported in my room again. Is that Fast Cat? She's a ninja, ladies and gentlemen. I think she charged her gems. Oh! She threw sand in my eyes. I'm blinded. She's overpowering me, even though I'm 6'9", 340, bench near 700 pounds, and she's 5 foot, 80 pounds and Jewish. She's overpowering me. Oh! She's choking me. She's choking me.